Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do a pretty basic St. Patrick's Day tutorial. We just have I base coated in a brown nudish color and then did a white diagonal tip with green glitter and then a 3-leafed shamrock on my thumb and my ring finger. I didn't want to take the time to do it on all of them today. They're a little bit more, hard to do, and I just didn't feel like doing it on all these. There's also a little bonus at the end of this video for another nail design that I didn't do on my nails. I did on a sheet of paper, so they look kind of weird, but you can get the basic concept. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. Alright, so as you can see, I already have my nail cleaned and base coated. I base coated with a colored nail polish tonight. I just wanted to give it a little bit of nude. This is called Flirting Nails by Sinful Colors. It's just like obviously you can see it's a copperish brown. I'm going to do it pretty diagonal. As you can see, this one's like pretty small at the point and then big over there. You can do it straight if you want to, that's fine. So I'm going to start with like the whole width of the brush at this side and drag it across my nail. And come to the point there. See? Okay. Then just kind of fill in the bald spots. Okay. So go ahead and do that to the rest of your nails, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, so my white tips are all done. Now I'm just going to apply a nice green glitter to the top of the white, just to give it some cool St. Patrick's Day flair. I'm using Call You Later by Sinful Colors. This is just a very shimmery, and we will do the next step. Alright, so for the next step I'm going to show you how to put on these little shamrocks. I'm only doing 3-leafed clovers because they're a lot easier to space out properly than 4-leaf clovers. And I only did them on 2 of my nails. I did it on my ring finger and my thumb, just because they're a little bit more difficult and I didn't want to have to do it on all 4 of my fingers. Or 5. I don't have just 4. And I'm going to use a pretty decent sized daughter tool. Oops. So just like we normally do with a daughter, we're going to put some down on the paper. Twist the cap back on. And then, if you've seen my how to use a daughter tool video, then you know that we don't normally pick up after each time we make a dot. We're actually going to want to do that in this video, or for this nail, because you want them all to be the same size. So I'm going to start here and make basically just a little heart that's going to make up the leaves of the shamrock. So there's the first one. I'm going to angle this one just a little bit so they all come to the same point.
They're doing it. Now I just went about that.
Alright. One more time. Same thing. Just a little bit. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to hold my hand. Just a little bit at an angle.
You can feel the water boiling against your fingers. You can feel it like that, man. That pretty much puts this lead mini hip to bed.
Alright, so there's the leaves. Now I'm going to take my little baby brush and dip it in there and make the stems. And the stems we do want to be thicker at the center and then drag them out smaller towards the end. So that's going to be enough for that one. This one, I'm going to come do it
Is the dog up there with you?
this way. Alright, so just like that. And there's that. Then I'll show you a couple of finishing touches you can do to make them look a little bit more real after they dry. Okay, so this next step is a little bit more difficult and it's a little, it's not quite necessary. Basically all I'm going to do is, as you can see, I applied a light green like edging to the clovers to make them look a little bit more real. And you can't really see it and it's kind of messy, but nature's not perfect. So basically I'm taking a lighter green. This is called Show Me the Way by Sinful Colors, and I'm using my baby brush again, the same that I did just did my stems in. Go ahead and drop just a little bit on the paper, and then just line the tips with the light green and try to make it like fade into the dark. You don't want it to be like solid all the way around or abrupt anywhere. Okay. So that's going to be it. I won't bother showing you the next one because that's kind of tedious and boring. So do that to the other one if you want to, or skip this step, fast forward, and I'll show you how to finish. Alrighty, so here's the finished product. Just a really basic St. Patrick's Day design. Nobody can yell at you for not wearing green. That's all I've done since the last step is just put a nice shiny clear coat on to seal everything in and keep it all, protected from damage. I'm going to go ahead and clean them up now. I hope you guys had fun. See you next week. So I wanted to show you another St. Patrick's Day design that I had. I had this on my nails like yesterday and I didn't really like it on me, but you might like it on you. I used all the same stuff that I used for these nails, except for the gold in there, which is just a nice goldenrod color. I used Paprika by Sinful Colors. I'll just go ahead and tell you the steps real quick. Basically, I started with a French tip in the Emerald Green San Francisco by Sinful Colors. This one is a diagonal and this one is a traditional. It's kind of hard to do on paper, so excuse the mess. And then I lined it with the Paprika Gold with a thin brush. And then I covered the whole nail with the green shimmery glitter that I used in this video. And then I put my shamrocks on with the light emerald green called Show Me the Way. So anyway, this is another just kind of fun one. It incorporates a little bit of gold, which is that traditional pot of gold at the end of the rainbow hoopla. But yeah, anyway, go ahead and give that one a try too if you want. Alright, see you guys next week. Bye.